Welcome to this week's edition of Mainely Motorsports. Here flying solo, just race season's here. Everybody's busy. Greg's busy, you know, testing up to Oxford this past weekend. So as we travel down to Lee for the opening of the ACT Tour, Bob Guptill's Northeast Mini Stock Tour, had a great time down there. Race season's here, and I encourage everybody to get out and, especially when your regular track that you support on a weekly basis hasn't started this 2013 year, maybe you're having some practice sessions. Here's your chance to go out and check out whether the tours that you can't see on a regular basis, a track that you haven't visited in years or have never been to, help them kick their season off. Give them a little bit of extra fan base, get the early season going, and then, before you get kicked into the gear with your own regular classes and divisions and tracks. But, we've had a great time. We were over to Waterford last weekend. This past weekend we were at Lee, a little bit of Thompson action, and then, getting excited about this upcoming weekend. Going to Speedway 95 on Saturday, help them kick off their 2013 season, and then be at Oxford Sunday as, I guess you could call it the official kickoff of Oxford under the new ownership, but it's Tom Mayberry, the Pro All-Star Series, kicking off their 2013 season. See if last year's champions can all, back up what they did last year. I know there's some new faces coming in, some familiar faces, hoping to get back at competing at the level that they've always become accustomed to. So it's going to be a great season, and great season for everybody involved. So we're really excited. I want to thank everybody that does their part here in Mainely Motorsports to bring you highlights and footage and results and pictures and photos. And speaking of photos, get out there and support all your area track photographers, because they do a great job, and they ain't making a ton of money off this stuff. So if you can get out and they take a picture that you like, that action shot, support them with buying a picture, or when it comes to hero card time for autograph sessions and things like that. But we really want to give back to the racing community and support the ones that support us, and sponsor-wise or track-wise. So can't thank you enough. And this weekend now, Wiscasset Speedway's got 2 race weekends under their belt. A few more cars showed up as Group B, as we could call it. Their next level of classes, because they rotate week in, week out. So they were in competition. So congratulations to all the winners there. And as we take a break, we're going to show you the results right here from Wiscasset Speedway this past weekend. And we'll be back here on Mainely Motorsports.
0% financing for the first time in history on select certified pre-owned vehicles at Southern Maine Motors. Southern Maine Motors is selling so many new Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeeps that they are overloaded with great trade-ins. Now with live market vehicle pre-owned pricing gathered by electronically polling over 20,000 pre-owned car websites every hour, they will show you their competitors' closest vehicle and price. Proof that you are getting the fairest deal out there. Visit them on Route 1 in Saco or online at southernmainmotors.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Well, I mentioned the Maine Vintage Race Car Association Hall of Fame banquet, and each year they induct a new group of members, and they have some criteria. You can go on their website to find out what the criteria is and how to get nominated or how to nominate somebody. But this year's group, some very recognizable names from yesteryear, so to speak. Some of them, maybe still a little involved in the motorsports, but some of them have passed on. But Lloyd Burgess Jr. was, inducted this year, and everybody might not know him as Lloyd. With Butch Burgess, son Jeff, still very active, opening day winner over at Wiscasset. He was inducted in. John Lazat, old Oxford Plains competitor as well as on the ACT. The D'Amico, first father and son group to be inducted in together. Mike D'Amico Sr., Mike D'Amico Jr. Jr. was involved in some cars over the Beech Ridge over the years, and most notably known as the tire distributor over there before the track themselves took it over. Ron Smith, old competitor on the old Oxford Plains dirt days, and you had Bob Haley, and raced over at Unity and Wiscasset, and then Kenny Lunn. And kind of Kenny Lunn is funny. I want to talk a little bit more about him in the next segment, but we had a highlight reel put together by Willie LoSciuto over at LoSciuto Productions, who shoots the banquet for the Maine Vintage Group. Does a great job, and I want to thank him for sending the highlight reel over. We'll take a break. When we come back from the break, you're going to hear Kenny Lunn's acceptance speech, and I'll talk a little bit about Kenny Lunn after his speech. So enjoy this piece put together by Willie LoSciuto over at LoSciuto Productions.
The President's Award for 2013 goes to Frank Dory. You're welcome.
If I could now ask my mom, Barbara, my brother Jeff, my sister Stephanie to please join me up here. This is my father's legacy. Could he be here tonight, he would have his infamous butchy grin on. And I believe he would want to share one last thing. Racing is a passion. Some are born with it, others find it by chance. But all those who taste the thrill of competition at any racetrack, be it as a driver, a car owner, a crew member, sponsor, or fan, know that they are each part of a community, a family, and that's what it's all about. Thank you so much.
Tonight, we pay tribute to these two men with the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame installments of their own. Our second and third inductions of the class of 2013, Mike D'Amico Sr. and Mike D'Amico Jr. Come on.
Got a double photo for you. Let's get a picture first before we put you up there. I'm going to get you along first.
I would like to thank the Maine Vintage Race Car Association for both my father and my induction to the Maine Motorsports of Fame. Give a special thanks to my family, my friends, and all of the wonderful folks that I met over the years in sharing this special event with me. And one more thing, to everyone involved in putting together this great evening. Congratulations to all the other inductees. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the newest member of the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame, Bob Halley.
Good job. Good job.
Gotta thank my wife first. Congratulations to the other inductees. And thank you to the Hall of Fame, great honor. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends in racing, please welcome Mr. Red Giroux.
Thank you, everybody. The first thing I got to say is, don't get old. I want to thank Maine Motorsports, and it's been great. Thank everybody else, and have a good evening.
His unique ability finding ways to promote motorsports where others simply couldn't see it made him a leader in that field, recognized certainly by some of the very best in our sport. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Tom Ellerman.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame. Great to be here. Great to see lots of old friends. But anyway, it's been a great career. I've had when I went to Detroit, I took tons of wonderful memories of the racing community in Maine and what you all do and what you all did for me, because it's been a lot of support from you guys, and I really appreciate it. And thanks to the Hall of Fame for this. Thank you.
He didn't get to enough of his kids' games, but tonight, racing history remembers and says thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a cornerstone of the Maine State Stock Car Racing Association, please welcome Mr. Terry Wilkinson.
I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in the selection process. I'm both proud and honored to be receiving the award. And I thank everyone for the honor. I appreciate it and find this to be a great, great award. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, everyone else. Congratulations to everyone else as well. Thank you.
It never gets old celebrating with winners, and tonight is no different. There's a lot of winners in here. The time has come to meet and congratulate the 2012 Maine Motorsports Driver of the Year as voted by the Executive Directors and Advisors of the Maine Vintage Race Car Association. And this year, the 9th person to earn this Driver of the Year award is Austin Terrell.
What an honor, and I'm so proud to be standing up here accepting this for Austin. I wish he could be here, but he qualified 8th, so the race should be starting 15 minutes, probably. It's been a long road for Austin in such a short time. He's been racing for only about 5 years, and when we started this 5 years ago, we started it as a hobby, which most of us all know what it starts like, and that's really what it would have probably continued as. And for something, one day he just decided in his head that he decided he was going to pursue this and wanted to pursue it, and that must have been when he was 15. So thank you all. This is wonderful, and we're rooting for Austin. Yes. To get the guitar, bring it home. Thank you, everybody.
But it's my pleasure to present another Hall of Famer from Mechanic Falls, Maine, a true racer, John LoSciuto. Please smile.
You don't start out racing saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to end up in the Hall of Fame. You just go out to race because you want to have fun. I want to thank everybody and thank all the inductees and congratulate them for their awards tonight. Thank you. Yes, Gail, I am done.
And at this time, please join me in welcoming Kenny Lund to the stage to accept his induction into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, Kenny. Thank you. We're going to get a picture. Yep.
I'd just like to thank the people that I raced with, like Bruce Seller. He was a good competitor. I don't know if he could drive that good, but he was out there.
That's enough.
Thank you.
Ron Smith, the Farmington Flash, was still listed as 10th on the all-time winners list. Emily tells me that Ron's greatest moments were when his 3 daughters were born, when he received the news of Charlie's release. Ron passed away in June of 1988. I invite Emily, Veronica, Marilee, and Stacy Ford Smith, along with Charlie Crafts, to the podium to accept their honor.
Thank you, Buster. It's been a real joy working on this with Buster and Gail Libby. And I wanted to do this for my daughters and Charlie, and somehow I got elected to do the speak. On the inner body panel were the names of the boosters, the fans, the party goers, the winners. All this meant so much. So Ron, in passing, you'll always be remembered as vomiting violet in the pits, passionate purple on the track, and checkered flag in the end. Thank you all so much, very much.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Well, I have the pleasure of doing the next one. Our next inductee, Kenny Lund, started his career in 1965 at Beech Ridge, where he quickly displayed the ability to start at the rear of a field of many times 40 to 50 cars and get to the front in less than 20 laps. One such night was recounted in a newspaper clipping from his rookie year. Quote, "Looking over the past 3 weeks, Kenny Lund has won every race he started except one, a heat, and he finished second in that one. That may sound fairly reasonable to most people, but we saw him on the tail end of nearly 60 cars at the start of a 30-lap feature, and he took the lead on lap 9. Well, to say Kenny was a quick study is certainly an understatement. Kenny had already won a championship in his second year of competition when I started driving in the same class. And I watched how he would dive to the inside. You might remember, those of you who remember those early years of the C class, they got it in their head they ought to start him way up high. And of course the tail end would be way over by the pit exit. And Kenny would just dive to the inside, and if they did the opposite, they started him down low, he'd go upside, to the upside. And what he would do many times is pass half the field on the first lap and somehow blend back into the column of twos. I learned a lot watching Kenny. He was a master of driving in traffic, and I tried those same things. And sometimes they worked and sometimes they didn't. But he was a master of doing that. But I think the oddest incident that I learned about, and I'm sure some of you knew about this, was the time that someone threw a snake into Kenny's car just before the lineup was to roll out of the pit onto the track. Now, I learned that Kenny is very afraid of snakes. One person told me they immediately just jumped out of the car. Another person said they thought they recalled that he did drive out of the pit, but instead of down the track over the bank, and they didn't know whether the snake was alive or dead. Now, I hope that when Kenny comes up, maybe he'll tell us the straight scoop on what happened there. In addition to 7 championships, there were 2 Rookie of the Year awards, a Most Popular Driver award, and more than 60 feature wins. And at this time, please join me in welcoming Kenny Lund to the stage to accept his induction into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame. Thank you, Bruce. Congratulations, Kenny. Thank you. We're going to get a picture. Yep. Have you said you got to tell the straight scoop on that story.
What story is that?
The one of the snake, when they threw the snake in the car. Yeah.
Got in the car, out of the pit gate, onto the racetrack. I see this thing crawling around the car. Stomped on the brake, out the door. The rescue come over, the people who work on the racetrack asked me what happened. I says, somebody put a snake in my car. I wouldn't get back in until they found it. They found it going down the racetrack. I thanked them, got back in the car, and won the race.
You got some people you want to thank, Kenny?
I like to thank my wife, start things off. I gotta stay on the good side. I always have. I just like to thank the people that I raced with, like Bruce Seller. He was a good competitor. I don't know if he could drive that good, but he was out there.
That's enough.
Thank you.
You just heard Kenny Lund's acceptance speech for the Maine Vintage Race Car Association Hall of Fame banquet, and I just wanted to show Kenny, show some highlights of the other ones, and get to know Kenny after the racing career, after the ended up with finishing his career out with the Snowman, Hank and Linda Snowman owned late model teams, but my recollection of Kenny was back in the early 80s. I was just getting introduced to the pit side of things in the sport, because when you were kids, back in yesteryear, you had to be 16 to go in the pits. And I remember finally getting to go in the pits at Beech Ridge, working as a crew member on Bub Bilder's team and chasing championship for the, the limited sportsman division for a couple of years. And the guy to beat was Kenny Lund in the C.W. Harmon, Clarence Harmon owned number 90. And then, always had beautiful machines. Clarence and his whole team put beautiful prepared machines, not only for Kenny, but other drivers they had over the years that, always on display at the Maine Mall. Always remember the familiar maroon and silver number 90s, with Kenny Lund. He was the guy to beat. Got to know Kenny later on as we worked together at SD Warren and listened to some of the old racing stories and talking about the old days and, what seems like yesterday, but, nice to see Kenny inducted and, as well as all the others. And, just really glad that, I got to know Kenny Lund after the racing career. Could call him a friend when we worked together, and has known his wife Vester, and just really a great competitor, and kind of reminded me of Mark Martin in his heyday. There he is. The race is over, and there he is, top 5, leading, third. Did it with class, dignity, and very smooth. So congratulations to Kenny Lund as well as all the others that are inducted this a couple weeks ago over into the Hall of Fame.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We just made a special purchase of new travel trailers that normally sell from $25,000 to $32,000. Right now, you can buy these for only $19,999. You'll never see this price again. And with payments starting at $179 and no money down. Only 50 units at this incredible price. And with payments of only $179 and no money down, don't wait. These will go fast.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by...
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, located on Route 1 in Arundel. See why Bentley says, who has more fun than us? We do.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
All right, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And before we took our commercial break, I mentioned we were going to be coming back with a very special guest. And I want to welcome Mike Mayberry from the Pro All-Star Series to Mainly Motorsports.
Hey, great to be on here, Steve. How you doing?
Yeah, and you know, some of these, race fans might not recognize the name Mike Mayberry. I'm sure you've seen him around if you've been in the pits from the Pro All-Star Series. He's the son of Tom Mayberry, now considered the general manager over to Oxford, which we're going to hopefully get Tom on the air for next week's show, talking about the opening of Oxford and the changing of ownerships. But thought we'd get Mikey on the air to talk about the 2012 Pro All-Star Series season as well as 2013. And last year, Mike, we've all followed this tour for years, and Mike Rowe, Ben Rowe, Cassius Clark, Johnny Clark. For years, it was the Clarks versus the Rowe battle. And over the last few years, you've seen some other teams step up and make a run at that championship. But in the end, Johnny was able to fend them off. But last year, a team that's really been a big supporter of you and your dad and the whole family in the Pro All-Star Series, Travis Benjamin and the whole Benjamin Motorsports team, had it all fall together. Travis has been the guy that's been fast, always had that mechanical failure, but last year, everything fell together for him, and they were able to walk away with the 2012 championship. And, I know that was heartfelt and, really good from you guys. Not that you cheer for anybody in particular, but, how big is that for the series when it shows that the little guy can come in and compete at that level and walk away as a champion?
Well, Travis has always been a very talented driver. He had some bad luck over the years and stuff, but he's always been very talented and always run good and stuff. And, he had a really good season there last year. There was a lot of competition in the series and stuff, and it was a really good year. Yeah,
it was. And, the nice part about the Pro All-Star Series is you got a mix of, we call the young up-and-comers and the seasoned veterans. And one of the seasoned veterans that I want to talk about that's competed part-time over the years, the last few years, and now is stepping up and getting back behind the wheel for a full-time effort. And that's a guy that him and his family, his sponsor, as well as his wife, Vicky, big supporters of the Pro All-Star Series. And that's Scott Mulkern. And, Mikey, what's it mean to the series to have a guy like Scott around supporting you, but then back behind the wheel, bringing that personality to the racetrack each and every week?
Scott's a very talented driver, and, he's a great guy on and off the track, so it's great to have him back full-time this year.
Yeah, and he is a big supporter of the series, and his sponsor, Southern Maine Motors, is, supports the three big events over to Beach Ridge. And then, we talk about the young up-and-comers, and you got a guy looking to make his debut this week at Oxford in the Pro All-Star Series race.
He's affiliated with Junior Motorsports. He's 14 years old. He's blasting through the ranks of car racing and kart racing at all levels. And that's Reed Lamfer right out of Manchester, Maine. So, you know, a lot of eyes will be on him as he starts to try to make a name for himself racing with you guys. And what's it mean to have somebody that comes in, has that affiliation with Junior Motorsports, so it just brings that much more attention and maybe a few more different fans to your product.
Yeah, it's definitely always great to have the new and up-and-comers that are some very talented drivers and stuff to come and join the series and run with us full-time and throughout the year. Yeah, and
you know, both North and South, you got some great racers. You know, like you said, you got the seasoned veterans. I mean, it's you know, I hate to think of Ben Rowe as being older, but he's run every single Pro All-Star Series race you've started here in the North. You know, one of the top draws still. Down south, you have Jay Fogelman, but then you bring in the young guy like a Kyle Grissom down south and Austin Theriault. You know, so you got that mix, and it's really, I think it works. It works, you know, from a product standpoint, that, you know, from a fan standpoint as well. You got to, you know, if you want to cheer for the old dog, so to speak, you can. But if you're looking at, you know, having that puppy make a statement, you can cheer for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's a lot of different teams and stuff that come and run, and you know, you've got the veterans and the rookies and the new guys that want to come in and try to, you know, build up the talent and stuff, and it really makes for some great racing. Yeah, it does. And you know, speaking of great racing, you had Autodrome over there, new ownership this year over in Valley Junction in Canada. Step up. They got a Triple Crown series. You know, really stepped up to help you guys promote the sport. You know, really bring super late model racing back into that part of Canada. And then the Tuesday night event, you're bringing Kyle Busch in, or they, you know, they are, and you know, that should be a huge series for that. You know, little series within a series. You know, the 3 races over there in Canada. Yeah, we're very excited for the Quebec Triple Crown up there at Autodrome Chaudière. Very excited to go back to that speedway. Danny Lagasse and Kevin Bears have made a lot of upgrades to the facility, and they've been working on it a lot, so we're very excited to go back to that facility this year. Yeah, and one of the things I always notice about the Canadian fans is they're so passionate because they don't have the luxury of that we do to maybe be able to travel to what they call the NASCAR world and go to see the Cup drivers and see them at their, you know, on the big track. So when you can bring a guy like in Kyle Busch, I mean, they're just going to be ecstatic because they look at Johnny Clark, Ben Rowe, Mike Rowe, Joey Dwyer, and DJ. Those are their Kyle Busch's, Tony Stewart's, Jeff Gordon's of the world. So, you know, that Tuesday night event over there in August should be just huge, huge for you guys. Yeah, we're very excited, you know, to try the midweek show up in Autodrome Chaudière, and I think it'll have a nice fan base up there, and it should be a very good show. Yeah, and then that, you know, let's talk a little bit about the other 2 series that run in support of the super late model side of things. The Past Sportsman Series, which, you know, something that started a few years back, and you know, you got some pretty good little races in that series, and they race for 75 to 100 laps, stuff that they're not used to racing on a weekly basis. And some of the racers that support and follow that, like the Kerry Martins of the world, the Dan McKeggs, Craig Smiths, Joey Pastore, I mean, they put on some great racing in a support type of division. Yeah, the Sportsman Series has definitely been a good series. You know, it's great to see a lot of very talented drivers. You know, a lot of them are veterans of the sport that have been racing in Maine and New England for a lot of years, and they've got a lot of great experience. And, you know, it's really great to see those guys have a series where they can go around and race them. You know, and then, you know, that brings us to the modified division. And I know you and your dad started out, everybody was on the bandwagon, but it seemed to take that few years longer than I think, you know, both he and I thought to take off. But it seemed like 2012, that series really took off. You brought in some veterans that decided, you know what, I can afford this. This is what I want to race. You brought in guys that were racers and in top draws at their local tracks and said, I want to do some tour racing, so let's do this. And, you know, and I know you got a few others coming this year, new guys. So, you know, I think 2013, you're going to see even more growth of the past modified division. What do you think, Mike? Yeah, we're very happy with the past modified division. It looks like it's going to grow again this year. It's really built itself into a pretty good series, so we're very excited for the 2013 past modified series.
Yeah, and you know that class, you know, last year you saw a repeat champion, but the class is catching up. You know, the year before he was dominant, won 80% of the races he entered in. That was Andy Shaw. But last year, you know, he won 2 or 3 races. He won that championship with consistency. So, you know, I think they've caught up with the David Ware own team, and I think you're going to see that maybe take like the Pro All-Star Series Super Late Model level did last year, where the maybe a changing of the guard. Maybe this is the year Alan Wilson kind of crosses over, or one of the young guys that's been chasing that series for a couple of years, puts it all together and has that year that you can maybe knock Andy Shaw off the top.
Yeah, we definitely have some very talented drivers coming up, and it's the modified series has really built itself into a very competitive series over the last few years and stuff. So we're really excited for this year. It looks like it's going to be a very competitive year with a lot of great drivers.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mikey. And I know you got a busy week ahead of you. You got the opening of the Pro All-Star Series season this week at Oxford, and we're excited to be a part of it. And hope the weather, all the variables that we can't control are the way you want them. And I think you're looking at a great 2013 season. I know the South's already been running. You've had some great racing down there, and you as and your family just have worked so hard, and you got to be so excited about not only what the Pro All-Star Series is going to offer this year, but taking ownership of the historic Oxford Plains Speedway and bringing the super late models back to the 250. I mean, how big of a deal is that, Mikey, to bring that? It's a national championship event, so you should see a lot of the top draws from down south that a lot of people are only fortunate enough to follow on the internet, to see them in person, see them battle and do battle and try to win what is one of the most prestigious races in the country, really, for super late model racing.
Yeah, we're very excited for the 2013 season at Oxford, and also the TD Bank 250 coming back. We think it's going to be a great race. There's a lot of guys from down south that have been talking about coming up. And obviously a lot of the veterans and the stars of the North will be there, so it should be a very good race and a very good season.
Yeah, I think you are in for a great season, and I know talking to a lot of fans throughout the winter at the off-season shows and the early part of the race season, a lot of people are excited about the changes that are taking place up at Oxford, the changes that you and your family taking over, and I think it's going to be historic, and I think it's it's going to be exciting for you and your dad and your mom and all the other people that have been supporters of you for the last 10 plus years on the Pro All-Star Series. So from all of us at Mainely Motorsports, Mike, I want to thank you for taking the time with us here, and good luck as the season kicks off and opens up for you guys, and anything we can do to help promote and support what you guys are doing, we're here for you, and appreciate you taking the time with us.
Thank you for having me on, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Mike Mayberry, General Manager of Oxford, heavily involved with the Pro All-Star Series as they kick off their season right up there at Oxford Plains Speedway this weekend. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Hey, I'm Kyle Busch, and when I'm in Maine, I watch Mainly Motorsports.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We just made a special purchase of new travel trailers that normally sell from $25,000 to $32,000. Right now, you can buy these for only $19,999. You'll never see this price again. And with payments starting at $179 and no money down. Only 50 units at this incredible price. We also have brand new 2013 campers, not pop-ups, starting at only $89.99.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Thank you. I got to thank my sponsors, Tire King, Kennebec Metals, Folsom & Sons, Chris Blanchard, York's Lawn Care, Trucks Auto Recovery, Charlie & Sons, even though he's not even on the car. Just everybody. And Bob does a hell of a job putting the show on.
Great walk, great run, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Heavy pressure coming from Jay on the road. The Shelby Stand coming for the 2013 good year. That 8 year more on in 2013.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Corp. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
The pace car heads for pit road as we are set to go. Field is now in the hands of the front two, and lane change. Please welcome Governor Maggie Hassan. I heard a rumor you're going to throw the green.
I am indeed. Then, gentlemen, start your engines.
30 American Canadian for the first way to kick off the 2013 racing season. David, keep an eye on row 3, Wade Hallowell on the inside. As they increase the speed off of
a big round of applause. Jimmy Hebert, folks. The Hebert Excavation Chevrolet. First career win in a late model. Congratulations, Jimmy. You know, you started out racing Thunder Road and go-karts. You moved up to the Tigers. You won the championship there, and now you're a winner in the late models. How does it feel?
This is incredible. I can't believe we did it. I mean, I can't thank my guys enough. My sponsors, Hebert Excavation, Lowry Auto Sales, RG Paving, my crew, my dad. And I got to give a special thanks to Dale Shaw and his crew came today and they helped us out. This is a 2013 Dale Shaw race car. It's the first time it's ever been on the track. And I think it's bad fast. I can't wait to race it again.
Well, congratulations. Obviously a little bit excited. Here's the trophy from the Governor, Maggie Hassan. That is the New Hampshire Governor's Cup. We're going to get some pictures. And then we're going to meet our second place finisher. What a great race. Hebert, of course, has been with ACT under the platform of the Tiger Sportsman and now the late models. He won Rookie of the Year 1 year ago. And this is definitely an awesome win. Travis Fadden, of course, was the second place finisher. He was the family favorite. Come on in here, Travis. Congratulations, you're in your first career pole, and you had a great race. You led midway through the race, and then were able to hang on to second. That's a pretty awesome day at the races.
Yeah, we had a great car. From yesterday, we struggled a little bit, but everybody that helped out worked hard all weekend. We got to thank Patton's Gas, Ironman Fadden Automotive, River Meadow Campground for their support. My first time ever being around this place was yesterday, so come home with a second with a pole is pretty good.
Well, congratulations. It's got to be something in the genes as to how you got yourself into the second place finish today. And now we're going to meet our third place finisher. Now, Eddie, last night, 15th, you hopped the red eye all the way back here, got into the track almost a little bit late for driver's meeting and raced your way to a third. That's a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, we're pretty happy because practice earlier today in the heat race, we were kind of out to lunch, so luckily Rolly threw a bunch of things at it and got the car running pretty good. So congratulations to Jimmy, he did a great job, and it's great to have the Governor here with us too. All
right, well, congratulations. There is your third place finisher who has momentarily in the closing laps. On behalf of all of ACT, Tom Curley, and all the officials, I would like to thank you all for coming to the New Hampshire Governor's Cup.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We just made a special purchase of new travel trailers that normally sell from $25,000 to $32,000. Right now, you can buy these for only $19,999. You'll never see this price again. And with payments starting at $179 and no money down. We also have brand new 2013 campers, not pop-ups, starting at only $89.99. And all new fifth wheels on sale, with savings up to $20,000.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
You're watching Mainely Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Gary Hotels, located in Brunswick, Freeport, Waterville, and Augusta, the official hotel of Mainely Motorsports. Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
As we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, right here from the front stretch at Lee USA Speedway. So a great day of racing, cold day of racing, but it was a great race. Congratulations to all the winners today. A great ACT race. Looking forward to seeing some more of them races this year. And then congratulations to Bob Guptill and his Northeast Mini Stock Tour. Put on a great race here today. Maine, the guy from Maine, Zach Audette, you see, taking off behind us, picked up another win. Added his impressive resume over the years. So, really excited for what they have to offer this year and what Lee USA Speedway has to offer. It's a chance to come down here on Friday nights and see some great racing. So I want to thank you to everybody that tunes in each week and look forward this week going up to Speedway 95 for Saturday night as they open up, and Sunday over at Oxford Plains for the Pro All-Star Series. So it's your chance to get out and support these tracks as they kick off their 2013 season.
we've ever had it on the track this weekend. So I'm just extremely proud of my team. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Good Mornings Restaurant, Napa of Tallinn, K&N Oil Filters, and Atlantic Coast Trailers, but I can't thank my family enough, and I'm so blessed to be surrounded by the people I'm surrounded by, and this is awesome. I love this place.
Well,